Well, we're joined now by a former PSG player. Ramon Vega was also captain of the Swiss national team, and he played as a defender for Tottenham. After leaving football, Vega founded Vega Swiss Asset Management, where he is currently the CEO. Ramon, thanks very much indeed for joining us this morning. This is a story that can only be damaging for Nike. Is this really the kind of thing that goes on?
From my experience point of view as a player, from the brand point of view, as Nike or Adidas or any other sponsorship, I don't think so they're getting involved in things like that, to be honest with you. They don't need that. For them, they need to always have a clean image. They want to have exposed their brand as max as they can, especially now the World Cup's coming up. From that point of view, from my experience, never really happened something like that.
Right, so I mean, it does seem a bit strange that a brand as large as Nike would want to tarnish it by getting involved in small tax avoidance schemes or tax evasion schemes that are going to land them in court.
Well, you just said this is a small kind of tax evasion. I don't think it's the point to even to think about considering as a Nike brand to go involved in something like that. Now, is it coming down from the agent's point of view? There is always a possibility, because they're always trying to fiddle something the system, you know.
Right.
Or in terms of the club in Nike, I would say I don't think so that really would get involved in something like that, to be honest with you.
Agents are always trying to maximise the amount of money that they and their players get. And I think in France, actually, the taxes are quite high because of French tax law, is that right?
Yeah, very high, yes. But also there are advantages as well in terms of as a player as well, because you've got a good pension fund goes involved, you pay towards the pension fund of the player's point of view, so that means after the career you have a good kind of policy in terms after the career. You can actually educate for free after the football career as well. So that point of view, you pay, okay, a little bit more taxes, but you have an advantage in the long term as well. So, yeah.
Now, Nike are about to become the official sponsor of France, providing kit for France. So that is actually a particularly damaging time for this to happen. We're also coming up to the World Cup, as we mentioned before. They provide kit for the US team, I think also for Brazil and Portugal.
Well, Nike, obviously Nike exposed themselves extremely now already in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So, from that point of view, if there's some negative damaging coming out now, just 3 months before the World Cup, of course, I think World Cup is the biggest platform for any brand who wants to be involved, for any sponsor. There's a multi-billion kind of sponsorship value, you know. So, for that point of view, I think Nike will make sure they will come up clean.
Now, talking about being the biggest platform, it is, of course, the biggest platform for the world's players. And we've had some very sad news today. It sounds like David Beckham is not going to be able to play in the World Cup, which would be a real blow for him and for fans across the world who see him as obviously playing at the moment in Milan, also playing in Los Angeles. So really an international star who's going to miss out.
Absolutely, it's very sad for him, because I think he's a wonderful professional at the first place. I think for England it will be missed big time, because I think he's the lead, he's kind of pretty much the brand for the England team. He has a great image globally, not just in the UK. And also personally, I know I can feel with him as a footballer himself.
Yes.
You know, the World Cup is the biggest dream for every single young boy, for every single footballer to be part of that, you know. And now it's, I would say, to the end of his career as well. So it will be potentially one of the last World Cup as well. I think I'm very sad for him, and I hope he will come as well. Maybe, you never knows. Maybe speedy recovery.
You never know with, David Beckham. I remember going through him in an oxygen tent a few World Cups ago when he made it.
Absolutely. I hope he's well, and we can see him maybe in the summer.
OK. Ramon, thank you very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you very much.